You slide out of your mother, somewhere in Antarctica. Your body is still wet, so you push against the ice to try and stand. But your flippers slide out from under you and you drop back down. Your mother turns and pushes her nose against your side, rolling you upright again. You try once more, and this time your flippers hold, so you stay on your feet. A bird circles above the ice, and it starts dropping lower with each turn. Your mother lifts her head and watches it, so you copy her and go still. The bird lands a short distance away and starts walking closer, so your mother rises up and lunges toward it. The bird jumps back and takes off, flying low across the ice before disappearing past the edge. Your mother settles back down beside you, so you move in close and start feeding. Your stomach is empty, and this is the only way to fill it, so you keep feeding until you can't take in anymore. Then you lie down against her side and stop moving. A few hours later, she stands up and moves toward the edge of the ice. You follow behind her, dragging your body forward with your flippers since you can't stand and walk like she does yet. When you reach the edge, you look down into the water below. Something moves beneath the surface, dark and fast. Then it disappears just as quickly. Your mother doesn't react, so you stay close to her side. You don't know how to swim yet, but soon, your mother will push you toward that same water, and you won't have a choice. You're 2 weeks old now, and your mother noses you toward the edge of the ice. You plant your flippers and try to hold your ground, but she keeps pushing until you slide off the edge and drop into the water below. Your body sinks for a moment, so you kick your back flippers hard to push yourself back up to the surface. Once you're up, you try to swim forward, but your flippers move out of sync and you spin sideways instead. Your mother swims close and circles around you, so you copy the angle of her flippers and try again. This time you move forward in a straight line. You manage a few lengths before your body tires, so you turn back toward the ice and pull yourself out of the water. You rest for a while, then slide back in to keep practicing. Each time you stay under a little longer before you need to come back up for air. At one point, you try to follow your mother down deeper, but your chest starts to tighten, so you turn around and kick straight up until you break through the surface. A current pulls at your body as you swim near a gap in the ice, dragging you sideways and away from your mother. You kick hard against it, fighting to close the distance, until you reach her side and the pull stops. She doesn't slow down for you, so you learn to keep pace. By the end of the day, you can dive, turn, and swim back to the surface without help. But your mother won't be guiding you forever. And soon, you'll need these flippers to catch your own food. You're 2 months old now, and your mother hasn't come back to feed you since yesterday. Your stomach is empty, so you slide into the water on your own to look for something to eat. A small fish moves past you, so you twist your body and snap at it, but your jaws close on empty water, and the fish is gone. You keep swimming and spot a group of fish near a crack in the ice, so you push forward and try to corner one against the wall. It darts sideways at the last moment, slipping past your head before you can turn fast enough to catch it. You surface for air, then dive back down to try again. This time you stay still instead of chasing, letting your body drift near the same crack in the ice. A fish swims out from the gap, so you snap forward and your jaws close around it. You shake your head hard until it stops moving, then swallow it down. That's your first catch on your own. You dive again, searching for more, and find a patch of small krill drifting together near the surface. You open your mouth and swim through them, catching several at once before they scatter in every direction. You repeat this a few more times, filling your stomach little by little. By the time you pull yourself back onto the ice, your sides feel fuller than they have in days. Your mother is nowhere in sight, and she won't be coming back to check on you again. But fish and krill won't be enough for long, and something bigger is waiting near the edge of the ice. You're 8 months old now, and you spot movement at the edge of the ice ahead of you. A line of penguins stands at the water's edge, shifting back and forward without going in. Your stomach is empty, and penguins mean more food than any fish, so you slide into the water and wait just below the surface. One penguin finally jumps in, so you push off the bottom and swim straight at it, but it sees you coming and twists sharply to the side, kicking away before your jaws can close. You chase for a few seconds, but it's faster underwater than you expected, so you give up and let it go. You surface for air, then drop back down and swim toward the ice edge again. This time you stay further back, hiding below a ledge of ice instead of swimming straight at the water. Another penguin jumps in, and you wait until it's a few body lengths away before pushing off. Your jaws close around it before it can turn, so you grip tight and pull it under the water. It struggles against you, so you whip your head side to side, slamming its body against the surface of the water until it stops moving. Then you tear into it, ripping the skin away in long strips before you start to feed. This is your first penguin, and it fills your stomach more than a dozen fish would. You finish eating and pull yourself back onto the ice, watching the rest of the penguins gather further down the edge. They've seen what you did, but you've learned what works, and you'll be back at the same edge again soon. You're a 1.5 years old now, and you pull yourself onto a stretch of ice you haven't hunted before. A young crab-eater seal lies alone near a gap in the ice, away from any other seals nearby. Your stomach is empty, and the seal is smaller than you, so you lower your body and start moving toward it without making any sudden movements. The seal lifts its head and sees you coming, so it tries to drag itself toward the water on the other side of the ice. You push forward fast, cutting the distance before it can reach the edge. It twists its body and tries to bite at you, so you grab its rear flipper and pull it back away from the water. It struggles hard against your grip, throwing its body from side to side, so you clamp down harder and drag it further from the edge. Then you release the flipper and strike at its neck, locking your jaws around it and holding still until it stops moving completely. Further down the ice, another crab-eater seal lifts its head and starts moving toward you, but it stops short of the spot where you're feeding. That's the mother, and she watches from a distance without coming any closer. You tear into your kill, pulling away long strips and swallowing them down one after another. By the time you finish, you've eaten more in one sitting than you have in weeks. You push back into the water and leave the ice behind you. You're bigger now than most things sharing these waters, but you're not the biggest one out here, and one day you'll meet something that proves it. You're 3 years old now, and you've just pulled a large fish to the surface after chasing it through open water. You grip it tightly and shake your head to keep it from slipping free. But another leopard seal appears from below and swims straight at you. It's bigger than you, with scars marking the side of its body. It opens its jaws and clamps down on the other end of the fish. So you pull back hard, trying to drag the whole thing away from it. The fish tears apart between you, with half of it disappearing down the other seal's throat before you can stop it. You snap toward its face, so it pulls back and circles around you instead of backing off completely. You hold your half of the fish low against your body and turn to face the other seal directly. It swims closer again, so you lunge forward and bite down on its flipper before it can pull away. It thrashes hard and twists its body, breaking free from your grip and pulling back further this time. It circles once more, watching you from a distance, then turns and swims off toward deeper water. You stay where you are, gripping what's left of the fish until you're sure it isn't coming back. Then you finish eating in the open water instead of returning to the ice. You've held your ground against a seal bigger than yourself, and it backed off first. But not every seal you meet out here will choose to back down so easily. You're 5 years old now, and you've been swimming alone through open water for most of the morning when another leopard seal appears in the distance. It moves differently than the seals you've fought before, circling toward you instead of away. You slow down and let it approach instead of swimming off. It swims close beside you, matching your pace through the water, so you turn alongside it instead of pulling away. The two of you swim together for a while, diving and surfacing at the same time without either of you breaking off toward different directions. Then it slows down and lets you come up right beside it. You stay close, with your body pressed against its side as you both drift near the surface. Neither of you moves to feed or swim off, so you stay there together until the moment passes. Then it pulls away and swims off in the opposite direction, leaving you alone in the open water again. You don't follow it. Instead, you turn and swim back toward the nearest stretch of ice, pulling yourself up onto the surface once you reach it. You rest there for a while, with no other seals in sight for as far as you can see. You won't see that seal again. But somewhere out in these waters, part of what happened today is already growing into something new. For now, you're on your own again, the same way you've been since your mother left you on this ice years ago. You're 8 years old now, and you spot a group of fish moving fast through the water ahead of you. You push off hard and chase after them, cutting through the water until you close the distance and snap one up in your jaws. You swallow it down and turn to chase the rest of the group further along. As you swim, 3 large shapes appear in the distance, moving fast and cutting straight toward you. You recognize them as orcas, so you turn sharply and push toward the nearest stretch of ice instead of continuing your chase. You kick hard, driving your body forward as fast as you can manage. One of the orcas closes the distance before you reach the ice, slamming into your side and knocking you off course. You twist around and snap at it, catching its skin with your teeth, but it pulls back before you can hold on. Then a second orca comes from the other side and clamps down across your body. You thrash hard, trying to break free, but the grip doesn't loosen. The first orca returns and grabs hold of you from the other direction, so the two of them pull in opposite directions until your body goes still between them. The ice you were heading for stays just out of reach behind you. The orcas release you and start to feed, joined quickly by the third one that was trailing behind. Above the water, a bird circles low over the spot, the same way one circled over you on the day you were born.